I think it's really important for us as a board to really be willing to move past ideological stances and lean into only what people above us say that we should lean into. And I'm not saying individuals on this board are doing that with this particular decision, but when a board consistently splits the exact same way on every major decision, I think it's hard for the public to really trust that we're willing to dig in and compromise and ask the tough questions. The other thing that we'll notice in these conversations is some of us asked a lot of questions and some of us asked no questions. This is an important decision. It's a really important decision. And regardless of whether or not you believe in the concerns that everybody else might have with the decision, we need to be willing to be at the table and argue about it. When I voted the other night in the affirmative for every particular reason that was lifted up in a motion is not because all those were my reasons. They weren't my reasons. The reason I voted affirmatively for those is because they were the honest reasons of other people on my board, other colleagues. And as a board, I've got to hear their concerns and say, I'm going to give some weight to that, because although it's not my concern, I understand it is your legitimate concern. And I think we need to do more of that as a board. And I'm speaking to myself too. I've not always been willing to hear the other side. And we need to do that because I will tell you, our whole system, outside of this decision with Knox Prep, our system as Knox County Schools cannot be as good until the full elected voice is heard. And I don't just mean being able to speak. I know we can speak, but that we're able to influence one another. Because I will tell you, some of my ideas are good and some are not. And some of your ideas and some are good and some are not. And to the degree that we can influence one another, I fundamentally believe we'll get to better decisions. And I will tell you, for the next at least 12 plus months that I'm on this board, and if I decide to continue and successful at that, if it keeps splitting the same way, golly, it's going to be so disappointing. It's going to be so disappointing to feel like, and it's not about power. It's not about getting a yes. It's about really believing that the process is working and that we're able to have tough conversations and we're able to compromise and we're able to change each other's minds. We should be able to change each other's minds. That's not a bad thing. So that's where I'll leave it.